Hey, this is Lewis with Gear Sessions, and I'd like to introduce a new concept called Artist Spotlight. I get a chance to actually hang out with some of the local talent here, and I also get to mess with some of their gear. So here, I have with me Michael Morell, who's gonna go over some of the tones and stuff that he's getting. I mean, dude, your board is crazy. Look at that, man.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in it.
Dude, it's awesome. Dude. I really love the layout and stuff too. So what's your inspiration on that, man? Can you tell me about that?
At the end of the day, I just want something that doesn't sound like a guitar. I use all these pedals to color the sound of all of my guitars, so you'll never just hear just straight clean. In fact, I kind of find it odd to just play straight into an amp. Yeah, I'd consider that like a weakness or a strength, depending.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if it enables you to be creative in your way with your music, man, I mean, even what you're doing sounds great to me. So,
thank you.
Dude, keep exploring. I'm really curious with some of the combinations and stuff that you like to mess with. So, if you can actually walk us through some of the pedals and combinations that you use for us.
Cool. So from guitars, I start off with, single coils most of the time. I really like how they react with fuzzes and all of my reverbs and delays. So from there I go into wireless system, into volume to whammy, which I actually like using in conjunction with the Woolly by D-Sound. It's essentially a Woolly Mammoth clone, which is a bass fuzz. Mm-hmm. So for example, to give like an example of what I do with that, it's more of like a
That is so gnarly, man.
Yeah, it gives it that gross sound that I don't know, I like it. A very like Ty Segall style stuff too.
For sure.
So from that I go into a Mastotron by Zvex, which gives me more of like my rhythm fuzz, which I like using for so that's like more of my rhythm fuzz. Not as much breakup, feedback, or anything like that, just straightforward, which is why I went to that instead of like a fuzz factory, which I do have and I enjoy, but I just couldn't put it on the board. It just
happens, man.
Yeah. So from that I go into, again, that D-Sound Woolly. From there I go into a Zvex Distortion, which gives me more of my rather more of a clean, I would say kind of like an overdrive style sound, but that much breakup. Yeah, I like that a lot. It pairs really well with reverbs for me. It like cleans up. So from there I go into a Earthquaker Devices Rainbow Machine, which I use to get more of like some again, pairs really well with reverb. Yeah, I come to realize that I don't use that to actually write songs, but to add to them and make
Right
them.
on, dude. It kind of reminds me of the like Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror type thing, dude.
I get that a lot.
Really suspenseful, man. It's cool.
Yeah, I got that from a lot of people. One of my shows, someone was like, "Are y'all like looping like cartoons or something?" I'm like, "No, that's actually a pedal that I'm using." So that was cool. From there, I'm using a Chase Bliss Audio Mark I Warp Vinyl.
Awesome, dude.
I got this as a gift from like my bassist Sultan, also my best friend and my girlfriend, and they got me that when it first came out. So it was one of the coolest pedals I had ever seen. Obviously, he has a great name for himself in the pedal world. I use it more to just kind of thicken up though, to give it more of a just thick. Rather than it adds more to it, gives it more mids. From there, I go into an Earthquaker Devices Interstellar Orbiter. I swear by all their mods because they just sound really good.
Cool, man. That's a huge pedal, by the way.
Yeah, it does some crazy stuff. Right now, I don't even know what it's like set to. But it's essentially just all these like filters and stuff that I can mess with to
cool.
Make some quacky stuff. From there, I go into an Empress vintage modified Superdelay, which is my bread and butter. This is actually the first pedal I ever got and never swapped out. I've gone through a ton of like pedals. This is the one.
Is that reverse delay going on there too?
Yeah, so it's reverse delay and it's getting like pushed up a few octaves.
Oh, nice, dude.
So
that's so cool.
one of my favorites.
Awesome, man.
From there, I go into a Mr. Black downward spiral. I can just demo it just so you can get it.
It's like you're falling kind of.
Yeah. I've actually used this on vocals before, and that
Wow, dude.
yeah, it was insane.
I need to hear that, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
If you have any recordings or whatnot, dude.
for sure
send
I
them my
will.
way.
For sure I will. Certain lexicon stuff used to do that as well. You could be able to, patch that in. It was very popular, supposedly. I've never actually heard a track with that for vocals, but pretty neat. From there, I go into a Death by Audio reverberation machine. This thing has a lot of character to it, and just as a reverb, you have your light sides and your dark sides to it. It's very deep reverb, gives it more of like a white noise when you're in the full section. And then as soon as I switch it over, I get that. Which is, it's really cool because it's one of those reverbs that's unique because of the fact that I can just, all my drives are just screwing up on me. So I picked that up in New York. I listened to it and was just like, wow, this is just so pretty. From there, I go into a Pigtronix Tremvelope. I use that more for that shoegaze stuff. Just kind of just fluttery type sounds. I always keep the envelope filter on there because it responds really well with all the fuzzes and stuff like that, especially with high gain pickups from this.
Oh, cool, man. Good to know.
And then from there, I go into a Digitech Digidelay from their X series.
Is that like a Boss pedal kind of?
It's essentially kind of, I used to use a Boss DD6, but those are discontinued and they're really hard to find on Reverb and all those other types of shops. So when I find them, they're going for around the same price they were new. So I'm just kind of these, a lot of people just sell them for nothing sometimes.
Right
In fact, with this one, I found it in a store rather than having to even...
Does it do the same thing as...
Absolutely, yes. So I use it to get more of that, the... So that kind of stuff like that.
Cool, dude. That's really cool.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, I power all of this with the, Walrus Audio, Phoenix power supply. It's
sturdy, dude.
Yeah.
It's powering all your stuff, right?
Absolutely. Every single thing, except obviously besides the Whammy, that takes up so much power individually, and the Tremvelope. But
man, thank you so much for going over your board, man. I really love some of the stuff you have going on.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for coming to my show, and yeah, dude, let's hear what else you got, man.
Appreciate
Hey, this is Lewis, back with Gear Sessions. How's it going, guys?